Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Join us as we seek the truth and travel the long road to justice.
You messed that up. That was great.
Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis, you alibiers. I'm Gigi Fruit Loop. What you know?
I know several things. One, you live in the woods.
Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about this later. What's your fact?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I had it. I got to get it. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Because it's been stormy today. We've had we sheltered in place for a while. Lightning strikes the earth 100 times each second. So each bolt contains up to 1 billion volts of electricity. This calculates to about 8 million lightning strikes per day.
Wow.
And I do know from watching the movie Twister, the safest place to get hit is your hind end.
I also know from watching Twister, in order to survive a tornado, all you need is a belt and Bill Paxton.
There you go.
And a bar to tie that. But yeah.
That's right. You get that old leather belt and hunker down to the water tower,
Hold on to Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
So can we just talk about the fact that I just had a third tree from my neighbor's property hit my house today?
Yeah, your neighbors need to trim them trees. Well, I got to give a shout out to Becca, one of our listeners. She is in the podcast room. You can't see her. I'm not turning the camera because I'll mess it up. But
hey, Becca.
She is listening live. She's one of our kids that goes to Winthrop.
Nice.
One of our theater kids. Yeah.
That's awesome. So hey, Becca.
She's getting behind the scenes.
There you
go. She was
go.
actually going to be a mass comm major, but she changed her major. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let her edit this thing when she's done. She don't know it.
There you go. We got to edit out that first part. Y'all will never know what happened when we really hit record. So real quick, guys, you see our nice little ticker at the bottom. We're just going to start putting some little news tidbits that we don't want to really, talk. Well, we'll have to talk about it on the podcast because there are people who don't watch on YouTube. But if you're on YouTube, there is a nice ticker at the bottom now with current news of the day. You can see Sherlock behind me. He had a panic attack when that tree hit the house. We want to give a thank you to Kimberly for the PayPal donation.
Oh, thank you, Kimberly.
Also, shout out to one of our sponsors, Too Cool T-Shirt Quilts. You can go to toocooltshirtquilts.com /Pretty Lies and Alibis. They'll know we sent you, and we really appreciate their support. So real quick before we get started back on these text messages, Specialized Bikes has terminated their contract with Colin Strickland, and we did that episode last night.
Wow.
Colin Strickland is the boyfriend of Caitlin Armstrong, who's currently on the run in the murder of Mo Wilson, another pro cyclist who seems like a big jealous rage thing. And so anyways, it seems like he's suffering a little fallout.
It's negative press. Businesses don't want negative press.
It really is. And we don't do rumor and speculation on here, but there are plenty of things floating around out there from people in the cycling community about him. And maybe this is not a new thing, but anyways, you go seek it out for yourself. So, but it is really bad press. Yeah. So, all right. Text messages, been a hot minute since we did these. We left off on October 24th of 2019, where Zulema has told Lori she keeps being attacked. And she says she has a ticket and is coming to see them on November the 7th.
Yep.
And Zulema says the president is coming to see her that night, and she doesn't know why, and she doesn't like it. She asks Lori if she can see what her intent is, and also tells Lori that she will be at the temple in the morning, and asks if she can meet her there. I wonder if maybe that's like the stake president.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah. So then Lori asked Zulema if she wants to meet at Melanie's to do a podcast that next morning instead of going to the temple, and Zulema said yes. So Lori says that Melanie will pick her up from the airport, and Lori was texting her while she was on the plane. From there, we jump to October 28th, and Lori texts Zulema. They're freezing their booties off up there, and it's 20 degrees, and so she wants Zulema to send some fire. So she says, okay, I'm just wondering, since we're doing these text messages, if Zulema struck that tree down.
Hey, it was. She conjured up a
dude. We put that out early today. She
small twister. And
I know. So on October 30th, which, as you guys know, that's the day before Melanie moves out of the house she shared with Brandon, Lori texted Zulema and says that Alex and Melanice may need to stay at her house because it's more protected than being in a hotel. Zulema's like, that's cool. They can come. On Halloween, Zulema asks if Melanice and Alex are there yet, and Lori says they land at 5. That's also when Lori forgot it was Halloween. And there's some talk about Serena and wanting to meet at the temple. And Lori talks about working on healing Serena 2 days before and to shield her from the darkness in her house. Zulema wanted to tell Serena that desperately seeking knowledge isn't serving her well and it brings darkness. So Zulema said Porcius went with her to the temple and showed himself to Serena, letting her know he was protecting her. And then Lori asked how it went with Serena, and Zulema says she shielded herself, and Serena is struggling and still studying, even though she told Zulema she wouldn't. So that's kind of a recap of a couple of pages of text, just to put it back in context of where we are. So
Yeah.
Fruit Loop, we are. Why don't you?
You're up.
Oh, yeah, Porcius. This is Zulema to Lori. This is November the 6th of 2019. Porcius showed up with me and she could see him.
From Lori. That's cool. Did she ask about me or Chad? I'm sure she heard about his wife, right?
Okay, now here's the thing. The day before these texts is when Lori and Chad are married in Hawaii.
Yep.
And nope, nothing. I was prepared for that one, but we only talked about her kids, her kids, and her husband.
Yeah. Sorry. Lori says that's good.
Yeah.
She says, let us know if you guys are okay and having fun. Or with a question mark.
Yeah. Okay. So on the 7th, the day before this text message, November the 7th, Lori and Chad meet with that homeowner in Hawaii about renting her place. Chad told her they had a sign from God about renting her house. And the woman asks about Tammy's recent death. And Chad says that Tammy has helped him connect with Lori so quickly. And his marriage to Lori helped his kids move forward. The next couple of days, they're looking for a place to rent in Hawaii.
Yep.
So,
Zulema, that's you in the middle. Hey, love.
oh, hey, love. At what time will you be here tomorrow?
That's you again.
Sorry, dude. I'm trying to
Alright.
read these notes. Okay, so in this time, this is when Kay finds the receipt for the rings and the clothes for the wedding after logging on to Charles's Amazon.
Yeah.
And this is how she got the address in Rexburg for the welfare check. And so also Melanice, this on November 12th, what we're reading now is from the 13th, the day before Melanice trespasses at Brandon's parents' house. And also, this is the day that Lori and Chad attend church at a temple in Hawaii. Now, on this day, the 13th, with the Hey Love text, Kay asked Detective Moffat if he can provide her with a number of someone in Rexburg to perform that welfare check on JJ. So that's where we are.
Yep.
So
that's you again. Yep.
Yeah, I can cancel a case and move another to meet you guys for lunch. I have so much to tell you.
Lori responds, I think we get in about noon, and then our other flight is not until 6. Could you meet us for dinner? Question mark. Early, like at 4. What does your day look like tomorrow? We don't want to interrupt what you have going on.
Yes, perfect. 4 p.m. is perfect. I'll work it out. Now, around this time, Lori and Chad come back to Rexburg from Hawaii.
Yep.
So we're calling them spiritually to do work with us, Mel and Alex.
Lori says, okay, perfect. So excited to see my beautiful sister.
Me too. And then still on the 13th, where do you want to meet?
Lori responds, probably, she's saying close to the Mesa airport, like Ray and Power. I'll call you tomorrow when we are in and we can figure it out. Is that good?
And then
Lori asks, I guess she's asking Zulema if she's close.
Yeah, she said, well, I think she corrected herself. She realized that it said Los instead of.
Oh, I got you.
So Zulema says, that's perfect. I'll be close by that area at that time.
Lori says, yay.
Okay, so we are now November the 14th, and This is the same day that Melanie's trespasses again, and that's when the cops are called. We have that body cam footage on our YouTube page, by the way.
Yep.
She was arrested. Alex posts her bail, which was $1,950. And Zulema on the 14th says, I saw a Mongolian, Vietnamese, wings, and Mexican restaurant on Power and Ready. What do you want to meet?
Lori responds, can you come pick us up at the 4 Points Hotel by the Mesa Airport? It's on Williams Field and Power. We got a room for a little bit to sleep. We are up now and are so excited to see you. Then we can go eat and Power and Ray on Power and Ray.
Of course. I'll text you when I'm on the way.
Perfect. Thanks.
Can't wait to see you.
Lori responds, me too. We are in room 505. So come up when you get here and we can give you a blessing before we go. Dude, okay. I don't want no part of their blessing.
I'm on my way. My GPS says ETA 10 minutes.
Perfect. See you soon.
So we jump 3 days to November the 17th of 2019. Hey, beautiful girl, wondering if you're having any changes in your breast area.
That was from Lori, actually.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay, so I read that.
No, that's cool. Now it's you. Go ahead. That was Lori saying that. Yeah.
Zulema says, rolling on the floor laughing. When he was giving me the blessing, she meant to say breast. She said, my beats felt on fire. It's nothing like a loin fire, though, I bet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they feel like they're awake. LOL. I don't know how else I can explain it. You?
Lori responds, hope you're feeling better. We all love you so much.
The next day, Zulema says, I am more clear with more power today. I love you too.
I'm so glad. You're an amazing warrior goddess. Here we go with the goddess stuff again.
Oh boy. Love bombing. Why were you asking me about my breast area? Are you having changes there?
Lori responds, yes, they are like on fire for the last 5 days. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. That's
she done messed up. No, she messed up and done conjured something in on herself.
She got the booby fire.
She was calling fire down and kind of misdirected a little bit.
Oh, Lord have mercy. They got the booby and the loin fire.
Oh, me.
Things are heating up. All right. So Zulema says, that's how mine feel too. LOL.
Lori says, yeah, I think they're becoming part of us and the vibration has to rise to ours. It's crazy, but it's really happening. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing.
Dude,
oh my goodness.
When me and Fruit Loop say that we have the mental capacity of 16-year-old boys, this is the absolute proof because we ain't gonna get through this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, the same day, Zulema, they're definitely vibrating higher for sure.
Lori, this jumps to the 21st.
Okay, and also, so around this time on the 19th, the divorce between Melanice and Brandon is finalized. Melanice does not go to that final hearing, so Brandon gets full custody of their kids. And also on this day, the 19th, Lori logs onto JJ's old app from his school.
Yep. So Lori says, hey, sister, just checking to see how your day is. Smiley face.
Fabulous. I spent 2 hours at the temple this morning conversing with the Lord. I reinforced the storms coming this winter. Then I worked on water reservoirs.
Lori responds, I'm never going to be able to listen to that again about her conjuring up some fire and stuff. From Lori, that's awesome. I hope he told you some good stuff. You are amazing.
Yes, he did.
Hi, Zul. Hope your day is going good. You are amazing.
Wait, wasn't Zul like the monster from Ghostbusters?
Zul. Dude, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it is. Okay, November 25th, at this time, Gilbert PD calls Rexburg about the welfare check. And then the next day, Fremont police and Rexburg police meet regarding the welfare check. That's when they go to the townhomes. If you remember, Lori says JJ's in Arizona with Melanie Gibb. Alex tells them he's with Kay and Larry in Louisiana. Chad acts like he doesn't know Lori. He said he last saw JJ in October. Said he didn't know Lori's phone number, but then says, yeah, I got it. And then investigators call Melanie Gibb on this day about JJ. She doesn't call back till the next day and says that JJ has not been in Arizona for months. So Zulema responds on the 25th, hello, beautiful. I'm getting ready for my handsome prince to come see me, so I'm working all my hours before he gets here.
Zulema says he will be there soon. He looks like he's getting younger every day, too. Did he read you his patriarchal blessing he got yesterday? So powerful.
He's going to share it with me, he said.
Y'all know she's talking about Alex. Lori says that's good. I'm excited for you both to join powers.
All right. So we're jumping to the 25th of November here. And 2 days after this, the search warrant at the town's homes and the storage unit is executed. Investigators go to visit Colby, and then Rexburg asks the FBI to assist them. So on the 25th, I'll share mine with him when he gets here. It's in Spanish. So we're doing a big time jump here.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, guys, in the document dump, what it is, I think Fruit Loop was on to something. Maybe this is a different phone number, because we go backwards. So we were in November. At this point, everybody's been murdered. But we're going back to February of 2019 before anybody had been murdered.
Yeah. So it would be impossible for them to put all the text to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to compare them all together. So they're just separately. And we know they had a ton of phones. So.
Right. So on February the 5th of 2019, Zulema says,
y'all get ready for this.
Here comes the wind. I casted him from my third eye. I created shields around my third eye, my body, and my property. He won't be coming around anymore.
So Zulema has 3 eyes. Lori responds, that's good, but sad too. I know. We will really have to stick together since we can't have friends anymore. Here is a big turning point for me with them, is you see them starting to get smaller.
Mm-hmm. They're weeding out the skeptics.
Yeah.
Anybody who questions them. Also, on this day, Lori goes to Salt Lake City, Utah for an overnight trip. This is the same day that Charles finds out that Lori withdrew the $35,000, which made him unable to make payroll. So that happened on this day. And then Zulema responds, right? I feel my inner circle is getting smaller, but I'm okay with that too. And this is the next day on February the 6th. Chad says that Jerry can even block my gifts by just me texting him. Can you believe it?
Lori responds, yes, because I'm dealing with the same thing all of the time.
Then Zulema says, yes, and you're married to him, which is worse. We will conquer. Extreme team.
Lori responds, thanks, Zulema. I needed that.
Love you, sister.
And she says, love you too.
And same day, what was it that you said in your letter to the first presidency when you requested a temple cancellation?
Lori responds, I told them that I could tell them the whole sad story, but I know they have the power of discernment to know what needed to be decided.
And Zulema the next day on the 7th of February says, thank you. I have to write another letter explaining my prior divorces. Plural, by the way. I just got to the temple. I'll be home. I'll be here until about 10. I hope I can see you if you can come.
Do you want to stop here?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good place to stop.
Yeah.
So, because it gets a little deep and we really don't want to, have to click off in the middle of it. So we are probably going to pick this back up tomorrow. There's just not a lot going on right now unless they catch Caitlin.
Yep. But I'm going to tell you, we found some nuggets in some of this today.
Yeah, you did. You were texting me like every 5 minutes. And it's the thing about this case is what we've gone through, the thousands of pages. You really do see the daunting task that both sides have as far as the stuff we haven't seen from all over. And you go back and you read some of this stuff and you realize, man, there's little nuggets in here that I skimmed over, didn't catch that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just such a huge case. Don't forget Wednesday. I'll remind you again tomorrow, Josh Duggar sentencing. That's the next big thing. Chad has a hearing Wednesday at 1:30 Mountain Time, but it's closed, sealed. We won't hear anything about it. But Judge Boyce should hopefully rule this week on the hearing from last week with Lori about moving her trial date. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, hope you guys have an amazing evening. I don't know how mine could get much worse. I got a tree on my
Yeah.
house.
Uh-oh. All
And we had a
right.
tornado warning. So there you go. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on it to suck me up.
Yep. The
That'd
watch
be
is until 9:30, so a
yeah, I
couple more
know.
hours.
Look, things could always be worse. So
Yep.
I keep telling myself that. And then every day I'm like, could it get worse? All right, guys. We will see you soon. Have a good night.